As Trump tries to distract us from the Epstein files by invading foreign countries and invading the American streets, Senator Wyden, the ranking member of the Senate Finance Committee, is keeping his focus on Epstein and Epstein's money. My name is Dina Doll with the MeidasTouch Network. Let's get into this. Now, Senator Wyden's latest has some explosive new details related to Epstein's transactions. Now, as the ranking member, he has been investigating Epstein's financial transactions for 3 years. He has been saying over and over, to uncover this sex trafficking scheme, you have to follow the money. He sent a letter to the CEO of BNY Mellon, Robin Vance. Now, Robin Vance was not the CEO at the time of Epstein's transactions, but now it is in his court to decide whether or not he's going to cooperate and turn over the information that Senator Wyden is asking for. Now, in this letter, there is a few revelations. One of them is a stunning list of transactions. Now, according to Senator Wyden, $20 million in 2007 were made by Epstein. Now, they were in amounts that were totaled exactly $1 million each. Essentially, Epstein sent $1 million, that exact flat number, 20 different times. And you see the dates. It goes from January to September of 2007. They go in the span almost weekly. You'll have 3 in January, 3 at the end of February and the beginning of March, again, 3 in May, June. He does it in a way that seems to be like a pattern. Again, only $1 million. Now, Senator Wyden calls out how this should have been a clear flag under the Bank Secrecy Act. Banks are in charge of making sure exactly these kind of things don't happen, that people are trying to launder money or trying to send money for a criminal scheme. It is like nurses and doctors who have to flag if they believe that a patient has been abused. If a child has been abused, a teacher has to flag it. We have these kind of laws in place to protect the public. The bank here never made these reports until 2019 after Epstein was indicted, failing their basic requirements under the Bank Secrecy Act, allowing for this to continue. If only the bank had acted then. But if you see the timing of this, the different transactions, and now the senator does not call out the timing of the transaction in this letter, but I will call out the timing of the transaction in this letter, because even according to the Justice government's own summary of events of Epstein on their website, you can see how these transactions so neatly align with when he was being investigated by the Department of Justice. According to the Justice Department's own summary, Epstein was indicted in July of 2006. A draft of the non-prosecution agreement was prepared in May of 2007, and the non-prosecution agreement was signed on September 24th, 2007. Now, according to Senator Wyden, he said these court filings that are showing these transfers, the last transfer is September 26, 2007. 2 days after the non-prosecution agreement was signed. So you have July 26th, an indictment. The payments start in January 2007. The draft is in May 2007. It's signed September 24th, and the last payment is made September 26th. So you can make that as you will. As a lawyer, you could argue that timing is very suspicious, and exactly why it is so important for the bank to cooperate, for the bank to provide information as to where this transaction went. Did they ask questions at the time? Did they review it? What answers were they given by Epstein? These are all things that Senator Wyden is asking for in his letter. He's also asking for any cash transactions that were made by Epstein over $10,000. This is how you uncover whatever scheme Epstein was doing, who else was involved. Senator Wyden says, follow the money. I'm sure you've heard about iRestore and its clinical grade technology for both hair and skin, all from the comfort of your home. I have the iRestore Elite, which is their most advanced laser hair growth system. It uses 300 lasers and 200 LEDs to help regrow thicker, healthier hair in as little as 3 months. It's so easy. I can just sit on the couch, plug it in, and play. Plus, I have the Illumina face mask, which is lightweight, also cordless, and packed with 2 times more LEDs than other top masks. It targets fine lines, breakouts, and dullness with triple wavelength light therapy. And it's the same idea. It just takes me 10 minutes a few times a week for brighter, smoother, New Year ready skin. The iRestore Illumina face mask is a dermatologist recommended mask that packs double the power of most other masks with 360 medical grade LEDs. And the iRestore Elite uses the most advanced hair growth regrowth technology. It's equipped with trademarked VCSEL lasers that feature wider beams of red light covering more scalp and surface area. And the great thing is that iRestore offers a 12-month back money guarantee so you can try it risk-free. Right now, they have a great bundle promotion going on. iRestore is celebrating the new year with a big New Year sale. And right now you can grab the Elite plus Illumina face mask bundle at an exclusive discount. Just use code mistrial at iRestore.com. That's mistrial at iRestore.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Start the new year feeling confident and refreshed. So Senator Wyden calls out, of course, not just these particular payments, but the fact that this bank in 2019, well after the fact that they could have helped all those girls over the years, all the young women and all those girls over the year, in 2019, they flagged 270 suspicious wire transfers totaling $378 million. Of course, this is just one bank, showing how much these banks basically allowed, enabled, supported the criminal enterprise that was Epstein and his co-conspirators. He also calls out in this letter the payments, the very suspicious payments made to Ghislaine Maxwell, also in that critical period of 2007. On June 15th, 2007, Epstein wired $7.4 million from one of his accounts at BNY to Maxwell's account at JPMC. Also on that same day, Maxwell transferred those same funds to an account opened under the name Air Ghislaine at JPMC. Then on June 18th, 2007, $7.3 million was transferred by Maxwell to Sikorsky Aircraft as a down payment for the purchase of a green helicopter. None of the SARS, the Bank Secrecy Act forms were filed that were intended to uncover any suspected violation of federal law, a suspected money laundering, anything having to do with a criminal enterprise. So again, Wyden doesn't specifically call out the timing of those transfers to Maxwell, but I will, because as we know, that is the critical period of time where where Epstein was negotiating his non-prosecution agreement that he thought would evidently benefit Maxwell, or at least Maxwell argued just recently to the Supreme Court. She thought it would benefit her. Both Maxwell and Epstein making some very suspicious transfers, and the bank at the time allowing it to happen by not flagging it. Senator Wyden asking the bank to cooperate, to undo the harm that they did. Not like you could actually even undo the harm to those children, but at least make it right in one way, shape, or form. Now, as we know, CEOs across the country, banks across the country have been unwilling to stand up to Trump. But one of the workers just recently in the manufacturing plant that Trump toured did stand up to Trump. They called him a pedophile protector. And we saw Trump's reaction, perhaps the biggest reaction he has ever had to a comment anywhere, telling them to F off, and he flips them off. It seems that Trump hates this term so much that you all know what to do with it. The pedophile protector, Trump. Take a look. Thankfully, Senator Wyden and others are keeping the focus on uncovering the pedophile protector Trump, doing it in part by following the money. We'll do it here on the MeidasTouch Network. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Find the Mistrial podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, and help support our show by checking out the sponsors in the link below, because they never censor what I have to say, which is so important in this moment.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.